Hello everyone, and welcome to another Starcraft 2 replay. This one's going to take place on the custom map Nexus Wars. It's one of the most popular maps. And I know I kind of had a strong statement in my title, but I'll get into that in a moment. I actually believe there's a strategy that's completely different than what most people do. Well, than what everyone does, I can see. And yet vastly superior to what everyone does. But first we'll do a little introduction on the game. It's kind of like a... I don't know what this genre is, kind of like a tug-of-war sort of map where you have an income and you make attack units and you're trying to kill the opposing side. So with your SCV here, you can make all these different sorts of structures that produce units. So you see this guy started off by making 2 barracks, which produce Marines. And that does 2 things. One thing does is it constantly makes Marines, which automatically just kind of attack in this direction. You don't get to micro this at all. The second thing it does is it provides income. See how it says +2 income? You got this counter up here that counts from 15 down to 0, and every time it hits 0 you get all your income. And your income is listed in this column here. So I see I'm at 14 and Executor is at 17. So every 15 seconds he's getting 17, and as he creates more of these structures, not only is he producing more offensive units, but it's increasing his income by +3 for the Reapers, +2 for the Marines. You can see this guy is making Templar, which do +6, and Zealots do +4. And this is the strategy everyone plays. They build all these structures which make units. So that provides your offense and defense, and at the same time it's bumping up your income. However, there's also something called a photon cannon, which is a defensive structure. Most people think of it as a waste of money because you're spending 150 minerals on this cannon, but it doesn't actually give you any income. It's just a defensive structure. At the opposing side of that, there is the pylon, which gives you income, but doesn't produce any offensive units. Pylon can be upgraded over time. Now, the one thing I failed to mention is you also get money for your kills. For every kill you have, you get +1 mineral. So if you have 100 kills, you can see the kill count. Executor has 49 kills. That means he's made an extra 49 minerals. So we're actually going to rewind this just a little bit, and I'll show you the strategy that I use in this game. So basically we just start off with a couple... I'm playing with Faye Lauren, who's actually a guy I'm talking to on Vents, so we're kind of strategizing together. And we're just starting off with a couple gateways. And that's all the offensive units we're going to make, at least until the end game. So we're sending in these zealots, and we're just saying the rally points to get them more in sync. Well, we will eventually. And we're going to rely completely on pylons. We're going to get pylon upgrades as fast as possible. And use cannons to keep ourselves alive. So you can see our income's already up to 30, so we're ahead of everyone else. So pylons actually get your income up quicker than making regular units. Depending on what you make. If you just make like nothing but barracks, you can get your income up really fast as well. But there's obviously a huge downside to that in that you're just feeding the other team lots and lots of kills, as Marines are small, easy kills, and will just give your opponents tons and tons of cash. And on the opposing side of that, this is why this strategy is so useful, is that we are feeding our opponents nothing. We create 4 zealots a minute, so they're making $4 a minute off of us, and that's it. All the kills we're getting from them, though, is adding to our income. So you can see their kill counts of the 2 people on the bottom lane are 9 and 19, where like our kill counts are up in like 60, 30, 100, 40. So this is the biggest advantage. A lot of people, when they think economy for this game, they're thinking like, what's my income at? But you also have to think, how much income am I feeding my opponents by just creating all these units? And with this strategy, we can survive forever on photon cannons. If at any point this becomes dangerous, we'll just upgrade it to a chalupa, which is the higher cannon, or we'll put down another cannon afterwards if we need more. But yeah, basically we're just concentrating completely on pylon upgrades. You can see I got an upgrade pylon now, so I'm up to 78 minerals income. And this is where it's getting a little bit dangerous, so he's going to upgrade it to a chalupa. Now it's firing at triple speed, and we'll be able to get back control here and we'll be perfectly fine. This also provides a bunch of other advantages. I guess we'll just kind of speed up to 4 times. As well as like giving our opponents absolutely no income, it can give them false confidence first of all. Like bottom lane, they're way behind us. Look at our kill counts, 27 and 19, while we're at 160 and 52. So we have like, we've made like an extra 200 minerals more than they have from kills, on top of our incomes being way ahead of theirs. So we're completely destroying them, but the fact that they have us so far pushed back, they may feel like they're winning, which is absolutely untrue. Another thing is, since we're not going to actually build an army until we have a completely maxed out upgrades on our pylons here, you can see my pylon is at 128 now, which means my income is at 142, way ahead of everyone else. Yeah, since we're making our army so late, we can see exactly what they have and to counter it completely. Because there's good endgame compositions. It's kind of like a paper rock scissors sort of thing. Like mass void rays seems to kill basically everything, except for Thors, which do the splash damage versus air. So the Thors will beat the void rays. And then if someone has too many Thors, you can just get immortals, which hard counter the Thors, and you can kind of just work off the hard counters. So since we're building our army late, not only will it be way ahead in income and completely destroy our opponent's income, keep it really low, but we get to see what they have and we get to make a direct counter to it. Yeah, we would never be screwed. I mean, you can see right now, we got 2 chalupas first of all, which is super powerful, and then we got, between myself and Phaelorn, we got about 2,000 minerals in the bank, so we could easily make this 4 chalupas anytime we need it. Plus every player gets 1 nuclear bomb they can use in a pinch. And now we've maxed out our cannons, our pylons actually. We're both at max pylons, so we're both at like 350, and now we're just starting to build our army. And since we're up against more or less just tier 1 garbage, we decided just to do a standard composition, where I'm just going to produce nothing but mass Thors, and Phaelorn's going to produce nothing but... I'm producing nothing but mass Void Rays, and my Phaelorn's producing nothing but mass Thors with a handful of Science Vessels to help repair, and to give detection. And you can see Tote Dark actually has a decent kill count, and that's because he started producing in the top lane. He probably thought he was actually ahead on the bottom, so he started like helping out the top lane. Or he was saying, hey, I'm not getting any income because these guys aren't making any units, so I'm going to try to steal some income from up top. So our 2 opponents right now have an income of 230 and 190, where myself and Phaelorn are both at about 450 plus. That's kind of hard to see his because he's in black, but it says 447. And meanwhile on our bottom lane, yeah, you can see this is just getting worse and worse for them. They have no chance. And you can see I've maxed out at 90 supply, so I've actually got all the Void Rays, and now I'm just going to start getting upgrades from my Void Rays. Looks like Phaelorn's already 4-3 on his Thors. Voids are ridiculously powerful, but they are more expensive to get a max supply with. But once you get there, you got even a higher income. Notice mine's 560, and of course the power of it's awesome. So they have to nuke, and even after the nuke, they're not able to push us back. They destroy our entire army, and they're still getting pushed back defensively. There's an Odin nuke they landed on us, which is from one of the hero units. Yeah, you can get these structures where you can create hero units every once in a while, and also includes all your upgrades. And I think they dropped 2 more nukes on us, and we're still not getting pushed back. See, my upgrades are 442. Phaelorn's upgrades are 7.5. They got like no upgrades. I don't even think they're maxed yet. And as you can see, this is a matter of time. We even threw up chalupas to help our partners up top, but yeah, our hero units alone were able to turn the tide back towards on top lane more in the offense. It's now top and bottom lane are ridiculously powerful, and they've used up all but one of their nuclear bombs. So this is the strategy I use. I even use it when I'm playing by myself. The problem with that is you can never convince anyone it's superior. I'll be doing just like relying on cannons for defense, and people will just be like, my partners will be bad-mouthing how terrible I am. It's like, oh, you're not making any units. You suck. I'm having to do everything by myself. And it's like, no, actually, I'm not feeding the other team, and I'm keeping my income ridiculously high. And we'll never actually die if you just relax and build your own pylon. We can just rely on cannons to survive. And yeah, I think it all comes from just like thinking how the economy works in this game. There's two ways to make money: one from your income and two from your kill count. This method, you actually get your income up higher, and you completely negate the kill count of your opponents. And this is, I think, the way to win Nexus Wars. Like, you'll guarantee your win every time if you have a partner who understands how to play it with you. If you don't, your partner might freak out and say, "Shit, my partner, Ketroc's not making anything, so I'm just going to mass up on tier 1 garbage," and then he'll start feeding the other team. And all the battles will be happening outside of the range of your cannons, so you won't keep their kill count down. And but yeah, you can just base off what your partner's doing. If he's actually handling it okay, that means you don't have to upgrade your cannon, so you can upgrade your pylon at a faster rate. But if it does get pushed back to your cannon, that's actually ideal. You want your cannons picking up all the kills, because when they attack your cannon, they're not actually doing any damage to it whatsoever. Anyways, that's Nexus Wars, a little introduction to that, and a little thing on the strategy I use when I play it. But yeah, it's a fun game for a little while. After you played it a handful of times, it's not so fun anymore. Oh my god, has anyone ever played this Mineral Z game? I can't believe that's the most popular game on the custom matches. It's basically the only skill involved is maybe like a build order, like when to work on your income and when to build stuff. And other than that, it's just like a 3-hour game that is completely boring, and people will play it over and over and over again. I have no idea why that game is popular. Terrible. So I'm not actually going to do a video on that game to review it, but that's, if you're looking at like the most popular games, don't play Mineral Z. This one is Nexus Wars, and it can be fun. Anything that's competitive and not co-op, I find, is typically has more chance of being fun. But with that, we'll end this video here. Thank you, everyone, and yeah, no thumbs up fact for this one. That's not a real game, so I'm not going to do a real thumbs up fact. But I'll do the thumbs up facts on all my sort of ladder videos. And yeah, goodbye.